Premier League campaign taking on Manchester City on Sunday the 25th of May with 4 p.m. kickoff. Don't forget the site is open until 8 p.m. tonight, so fans in other areas of the ground can enter from 5:15 p.m. But until next time, thank you once again for this award this afternoon. From all of us here at Fulham Football Club, we wish you a great weekend.
Baby boys, come and we don't play. Baby boys, the boys, baby boys, come and we don't play. Baby boys.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Fulham 1, Everton 3. What an away performance by the Toffees. Brilliant win at Craven Cottage this afternoon. I apologise if the voice is a little bit rubbish. I've been singing the Jordan Pickford song for 2 hours today at the match and my throat is sore. Absolutely brilliant victory for Everton over the 40-point mark as well. Tremendous from David Moyes. Another away win. And sets us up nicely now for Southampton next week at Goodison Park. And just a brilliant result because obviously there was injuries. Jake O'Brien's ill, missed out. The manager's made a couple of changes and mixed the team up, to be fair. And Fulham's a tough game, a tough place to come. Not many teams have come here and won. They beat champions Liverpool the other week, didn't they? And Everton don't have a great record here. It's 11 years since Everton last won a Premier League game with fans at Craven Cottage. We did win under Carlo Ancelotti in 2020, but that was when COVID was on and we won 3-2 that day. But 3-1 last time we won here with fans in 2014. And just I've had an absolutely brilliant afternoon with my son at the match because it was just great to go there, relaxed. Spoke to loads of Toffees before the game. Nice one to everyone who come up and had a chat. And everyone was really in a relaxed atmosphere, relaxed mood. Everyone's saying how nice it is to just be able to, have this game without any pressure on it. And that was sort of the feeling today at Craven Cottage. We kicked off, Everton were all right. The fans were unbelievable, by the way. The noise of the Evertonians right from the word go was amazing. The Pickford song, amazing. And just really, boosted the team. And we done all right in sort of the opening 10 or 15. They edged it because they should do that at home. But the goal was a sloppy goal to give away. James Garner has got to close down Smith Rowe. He's just got too much space. He stood it up and Raul Jimenez with a good header and it's beyond Pickford and into the corner. And I think there was a little worry for about 10 minutes after that we might sort of fade a little bit and cave in a little bit. And we didn't. They got on top and they were on top. But we didn't. We sort of, once it went 1-0, our play got looser and looser, I think. Idrissa Gana Gueye was running around trying to make tackles, but not many others were performing to sort of the level we'd expect and hope. And I think the manager was probably thinking about making 4 or 5 changes at half time. Jordan Pickford made a really good save from Harry Wilson in that first half as well. And we'd had the best moments, a quick breakaway after we went behind. Alcaraz, I thought did quite well today, switched the play. Jack Harrison cut inside, and if he picks either corner, I think he scores, and he just hits it straight at Leno. Real disappointment. We had another couple where a corner come in, a little knockdown, no one's reacted to it, and that's how it felt in the first half, and then sort of out of nowhere, we get a goal. The ball played into the box, is cleared, and we're trying to work it. It comes out to Mikalenko, and at last, an Everton player just running onto it and has a shot. And he hit it low, deflected, and ended up beyond Leno into the back of the net. And it really picked Everton up. The game, that goal changed the game, changed the course of the game. And I imagine David Moyes' half-time team talk was going to be quite scathing of the team in that first half because they just hadn't done enough. Some players who come in weren't doing enough. But we went in 1-1 at the break and give us something to come out and go for in the second half. And Everton were way better in the second half than the first half. More sort of worked harder, started winning some second ball, started winning some tackles, which we hadn't really done in the first half, and started pushing Fulham back a little bit. Listen, they're always going to be on the front foot like teams are when you're at home, unless you go and absolutely dominate the ball away. The home team generally does have opportunities, and that was them, and we'd needed Jordan Pickford a couple of times to pull some saves out for us, but we did definitely carry a little bit more of a threat in the second half than we did in the first half. And you know, we'd got again a few opportunities to put a decent ball in, just couldn't find the right ball. Beto got in on either side, and his cross was just a little bit, you know, too close to the goalkeeper or behind the on-rushing players. But we did get in front. We won a corner down in the attacking. You know, Alcaraz, it deflects and he just shepherds it out. Body Session. He was fuming when Alcaraz tried to shake his hand. He didn't, and it sort of, the referee had to split them up a little bit. But we go and score from that corner. Deep ball to the far post. Alcaraz, a little bit of a block off, and Michael Keane comes in at the far post. I actually thought it was Alcaraz who headed it in, to be honest, but it was Keane with a header, really good stooping header into the far corner to give us the lead. And then they done what happens, which is the old VAR check, looking to try and rule it out, look for a possible foul. And when they realised there was no possible foul, then said that it must be offside. There must be a way we can sort of disallow this. But fortunately, they couldn't find anything. The offside that come up on the screen was nowhere near being offside, so I don't know why it's taken them so long to come up with that conclusion. But Everton were 2-1 in front, and it was, can we go on and extend it? Well, we did, and it didn't take much longer to go and do it. Breakaway, Alcaraz fed Beto, come through and he hit it first time. Wasn't the greatest strike Beto will ever do. And, you know, Leno, I nearly called him Jay Leno. In fact, Jay Leno probably would have made a better attempt at it than Bernd Leno. It went under him, and it was 3-1, and the scenes in the away end were unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then from then, really, Everton, 2 or 3, you know, David Moyes had made changes, fresh legs come on. We got to see Seamus Coleman back on the pitch. You know, we got an unbelievable reception. Dominic Calvert-Lewin came on. Tim Irabunum come on and done quite well. Dwight McNeil had already come on. I thought he did well as well. And we actually looked like we might get a fourth. You know, a few times we got in round the back, and the final ball just wasn't the right one. Fulham had already brought on Adama Traore. They brought Willian on. But the likes of I thought Michael Keane had a really good second half, headed everything away, younger, better second half, and Everton just really dealt with anything that Fulham could throw at them, and it was so, you know, a comfortable win, really. The VAR tried to get involved again right at the end of the 7 additional minutes, which the referee decided to play, by trying to suggest there was a penalty. They made them go and look at the screen, and the referee, fair play to the referee, I don't think he was amazing, by the way, but fair play to him, because he went over, looked at it, and you could see him shaking his head, and he was sort of gesticulating as if to say, it's not a penalty. And he sort of done one where he seemed to be saying, it's the ball's so close to his hand, you know, the ball's too close to his hand for it to be a penalty. I haven't seen it again. Anyone who's seen it might tell me I'm all wrong here, and obviously I'd have to watch it back. I've only seen it live in the game, and it was at the other end. But the referee held his nerve, wasn't having it, done the owl big, no chance. And that was brilliant to see, because if they'd have got the pen, as much as I'd have back Pickford because of his song to save it, if they'd gone 3-2, there shouldn't have been enough time for them to get it back. But I think it would have took something away from what was a really good second half display. And, you know, I think we had 36% possession, which is in the sweet spot. You know, we like the 34 to 40% possession mark. That normally gets us a victory. We've done it today. We've ended the game with more shots on target than Fulham as well. It's a tough place to come. Everton have come and have won absolutely brilliantly here, up to 13th with that victory as well, 42 points. Another goal for Beto's into double figures for the season now. So, really, really, really good win. And I'm off and staying over, so I'm going to go out now and have a meal and have a beer and celebrate an amazing away victory for Everton today. Brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Man of the match, I'm going to give it to Mykolenko. Thought he had a really solid game and obviously scored a key goal which turned the game for us. So Vitaly Mykolenko is my man of the match. But an excellent win for the Toffees. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go and have a fantastic night and an absolutely brilliant weekend. And I'll see you all Monday for the final word. Thanks for watching. See you later.